All right, guys, traders stay late. This is the market recap show. Thank you so much, and what a bang-up day it was for us again today, man, on a lot of fronts. We will be going over the sector recap here. We do have Michael Noss coming through again later on today, and I just want to thank everybody for the continued support, man. I mean, we have over 4,000 going to join us here, and then you'll hold on, and we'll go until 4:30. Okay, so we'll sit here, we'll talk till 4:30. We'll go over some recaps. We'll talk about some cannabis names because really, cannabis has been on fire as of late. And I want to thank everybody for staying late with us right now, man. There it is right here. What's up, Kevin Mendoza? What's up to everybody? We will have a quick look at NVIDIA when they come through. We have it in our ears still. Anything important discussed right there on NVIDIA. But wow, what a day it was for us on NVIDIA as well. We will talk about that when we do the recap. But you know what? The recap's not a thing unless we take a drink. So you guys ready for Hydration Nation? I guess I should put that probably on my board so I don't force these guys to get it. But here we go. Let's go, Hydration Nation. They quick with it. Yo, what's up, Future Eddie? Yeah, if you guys have the NVIDIA feed, you can find a spot to put that on. I could care less if you guys can find that. Let's throw it on right there. Because you know what? We do what the people want. There's nobody, who am I going to ask? Myself? Hey, self, you want to put on the NVIDIA conference? Yeah, so there it is. So we'll get that up right now. Thank you so much for the talk there in the chat. I want to say a big shout out to Bears versus Bulls and everybody coming through today as well. All right, it looks like, hey, what's up? Now you got two of me, guys. That's not bad unless you're, not blind. You don't want two of me, that's for sure. Okay, here we go. What do you want to talk about here today? XLC. Right now, communication services upside today. We had a nice move, of course, with Meta. We talked about that at the end of the day. A nice move with Google. Back up to the upside, two constituents of this XLC. But it was really the QQQs today that kind of led the way. The NASDAQ, again, you see a nice push right now. So maybe NVIDIA is coming out right now. Yo, shout out to Bears versus Bulls as well. We do have STNE that's out right now. Look at Stone. Maybe it's out right now. STNE pushing back down into the downside. STNE, Stone Co. coming back in right now into 1650. As soon as I get those reports, I will bring them to you ASAP. So I have the news feed right here from Benzinga. As soon as it comes out, we got it. I do have, oh, here it is, National Cinema today. So it's not AMC, it's somebody else. National Cinemedia. We talked about that today. I don't know why they have AMC written on here for that, but right now, Stone is out, but I do not see, oh no, MDGL, you're seeing it live right here. Proposed public offering, NEPA, we do not like that, MDGL. There it is. Nice move down in, but they've done really well. So I'm not too worried about it, but there's a share offering on MDGL happening right in front of our face. So again, I have to wait for Benzinga. I'm not going to report anything that I don't see on there. There's too many Twitter people reporting out fake numbers and stuff like that. We're not going to do that here on the closing show. So what's up right now? Thank you so much, Hans. It's never too much to have too many Shawns. Well, don't tell that to my wife. She might want to have -1 right now. Thank you so much to Racer. Thank you so much to everybody, man. Today was a hell of a day because of this. At the end of the day, we nailed NVIDIA a bunch of times, man. I'm taking this from people in the chat. This masterclass of this shorting in here, 890s back into 885. Take $4 or $5 as much as you can there. As we'll wait. Here we go. Is he up? Is Mr. Jensen Huang up on the stage right now? Starting to move around a little bit here. 885, I just hear that it is a yes answer to that. So we'll wait out for NVIDIA. I think it's going to be a nothing burger. There it is right there. If Sharif was here, he'd be looking and saying, hey, what jacket is he wearing? But it is that black leather jacket. So there it is right now. Big shout out to everybody obsessed for some reason with Jensen Huang and that coat. So there it is, stone cold to the downside. I don't have any more earnings plays for you. Did we ever find out what's up with Roblox? Roblox, a nice move in today, down 8%. I feel like this is a level. You know what? Hey, Mr. Noss, I know he's watching because I can see him right now. I know we're going to talk about some cannabis names, but maybe as a guy that's not too, he actually said this today. Not looking too much at macro news, but what about Roblox? I like this name back into where we are right now. We are actually waiting for something like this. We have not bought Roblox recently. This could be a buy, Roblox. So I wouldn't mind getting Michael's opinion on Roblox if and when. So I do have NVIDIA in my ear. So I don't have what they're talking about, but I have Benzinga in my ear. If anything happens with NVIDIA, we will get that to you ASAP. So on a minute chart, and by the way, we have Michael Noss coming through, but what I'm using is trade ideas. We have Trader TV 20. You can get that immediately. It's gonna be Michael Noss talking about some cannabis names when we come through. And I want to say a big thanks to Michael Noss. Look what we have up here. All this information. So he's listening to the traders, man. Whatever is appropriate, we can get here on Trade Ideas, Trader TV 20. Go get it right now. But anyways, there's NVIDIA. We'll watch out for that. Looks like it's going upside right now. 890. Here we go. What's up, Jensen? Here we go. This is the move that we're talking about. A nice move back up into 890, 891. All right. We talked a little bit about nat gas and oil and all that today. Look at this nice move up for USO. It really started pumping, man. We really like gas in the, energy. Shouldn't say nat gas because we don't like UNG. Your hair's getting too long, man. I think you gotta cut some of that there, my guy Fabian. I'm just jealous. Yeah, donate it, glue it onto my head. I'll take that all day. But there we go, United States Oil Fund. If we're gonna look at a daily chart, look at it breaking out, man. I like USO here, and I really like XLE. Me and my friend Michael Noss again went back about XLE, and I remember talking about this top right there. We're getting back to a nice top here on XLE. So I like this. We will be trimming some in and around $94, $95 as it comes back up to the top. That is XLE starting to go. All right, I'm getting too much news in my ear, and it's not really that viable about anything that we're doing right now. We did have Google to the upside today. This sort of helped lift the NASDAQ early and really kept it going, honestly, as we get going into 150. Nice day for Google, but not a great, fantastic fall down. I mean, it came into the close. We'll look tomorrow at 148. We traded Google. I mean, we liked it today. It was one of the #1 names there on the sticky note. Let me actually put this back to a 3-minute chart. I'm seeing NVIDIA starting to go here. Nice little move up. We just touched 894 upside there for NVIDIA. Now, I will find out on Benzinga. If there's any news about NVIDIA, try to scream in the chat, and I'll try to do my best to get a hold of it, as I do have the chat coming through right now. So we'll wait to see. I think NVIDIA goes. I mean, there's no way. This is a big conference for them. They've been hyping it up on their Twitter. They've been hyping it up on their website. Obviously, we'll hear about the next idea that Jensen has, what some of the applications for some of these chips are. Where's the new chip coming in at? Is it going to be north of 40 grand? If it is that too high, or is that just about right? We'll have Jensen. There's nothing happening. If there's anything, we will come to that. So I want to give a big shout out to anybody here. And see what I'm saying? And this is the problem with what people are saying. Asif right here, NVIDIA will drop. Odyssey, NVIDIA to the moon. I mean, someone's going to be right, or is it going to be a non-event and we just hang out? I think NVIDIA is maybe a little overdone to the upside. What's red today? Okay, real estate. You know, if we're not going to lower the rates, then I can see real estate being in trouble for a minute. Lennar was down on earnings. Maybe home builders also coming back in. Again, we get the Fed later on this week, and we did hear about it. Hydration Nation. It's 99% chance that the Fed does nothing. So if the Fed does nothing, I feel like, and again, another one that we've talked about, Michael, with, I feel like TAN gets hit lower. You know, when you're talking about high, expensive units like solar units are, whether or not you're a corporation or an individual household, when you got that car note to pay or a mortgage to pay or something like that, you're probably not, oh, wow, I almost nailed this to the downside. See what I talk, I can't get stock talk out of my head. If I almost nailed this to the downside, was my mic falling down, that would have been a problem. But anyways, TAN right there. If this breaks 40 to the downside, watch out for TAN. Although up today, I feel like this is going to be in trouble. Watch out for some dip buy opportunities, maybe down near 40, and we'll see if we can respect that level. XLE was down today, so services, but look how high up it's been lately. FXI, a couple bad numbers. We saw Li Auto to the downside on XPeng. XPeng talking about giving a $14,000 car. That's not going to happen. I feel like there's going to be tariffs applied to this. No matter who your president is come in November, I don't think the China story is over with by any stretch of the imagination. So I look to pick up some more FXI if we drop in. But what about XPEV down here near $8? Again, XPeng today upside, but we must have faded at the end of the day. Yeah, because we're down near $10. Nice, or 1040, sorry. Now down near 980 to the end of the day. Cherie's favorite automotive name, Li Auto, got cranked today on that news. So a nice move down for Li Auto today as well. TLT, the Treasury, trying to hold out. Again, on the daily, I'd rather buy down here. We've seen blood in the streets before. Let's wait to see if those rates kind of jump back upside there. And of course, these rates bottom out when the equity market also bottoms out. So we'll find out. Again, maybe get some TLT in your life down here near $82. But for me, I'm going to stay away. I don't really buy anything fixed income. I don't know. And again, not financial advice, but with my age being around low 30s, I feel like you want to buy some growth names. No, look, it doesn't really matter how old you are. It's how you feel, right, Ramin? For sure. All right. I like asking younger people this, you know. It makes me feel better. But no, and if you don't have kids, I mean, that might be a reason right there to have some. You know what's been a hot minute has been GLD. Man, gold continues to win. Bang. And again, Michael Nosh is going to have to owe me something. I mean, how many times am I going to drop this guy's name? But this is another one that we've talked about on our show a couple of times. Oh, I flipped it the wrong one. Here's GLD. So the daily chart still trying to break out. This looks really nice also. Sorry, oops, the wrong one there. Looks really nice on the weekly chart. We've had some nice breakouts in GLD as well. Look at this. There's a smiley face going all the way back upside. Starting to take some stuff out. I feel like you want to hold gold until you get back below at least this 193 area here on the weekly chart. So maybe have some dip buy opportunities coming through here for GLD. If he's ready, I am, because we're not getting too much out here. Did we get, hold on, before I go over to Michael quickly, I'm just going to call this back to a daily chart because I want to look at Stone Co for a second, because they did come out with earnings here this afternoon. I'm hitting flip it over. Am I on both daily charts here? Where's my other one? There it is over here. Yeah, oh, they're both daily charts, so I got to flip one of them over to a minute chart and see what's happening with Stone Co. So again, a nice move down to 1650, then up to 18. This is why I'm very hesitant to say Stone is out, because unless I see something honestly on Benzinga Pro, that I'm not going to report anything. So right now, STNE, I'm going to Google it. I mean, I'm sort of going to search it. See what I mean? Like, I'm already talking about Googling it when it's on Benzinga Pro's platform. So here it is right now, are imminent. So I don't see anything out for STNE yet. So we'll hold out on that one. And I know he's ready, so let's call him. It's Michael Noss. It's Trader Talk. Hey, Michael, I know you don't get too fooled by earnings because I know you don't trade single stock events really, but has that ever happened to you? And I think it's happening right now on Stone, where we drop down like 10%, then rate up 10% and kind of last in the middle. I wonder if those are fat fingers.
Usually, well, not anymore. I think back maybe when we started trading, that was a lot of fat finger action. Now
Yeah.
I think it's algos that are, one reads the top line and the other one reads the bottom line, and then they have a little fight and see what happens.
Is that your real backyard, by the way? Or you've imposed like is that a green screen with a camera of your backyard or what? Because that looks crisp, man. Great view.
Yes, it's both. That is my backyard, and it's a green screen. So I guess if you want like a good title for this, you could write like a Michael Noss exposed or something on your YouTube account.
No. I didn't mean to do that at all. I just think it looks fantastic and a show, because some days
it's the front yard.
Wow, man, congratulations. That's a great property over there. All right, I see you have Stone up. Any thoughts on this before maybe whether or not we're breaking out or not? Any opinions here on STNE?
Yeah, well, I was just, bringing this up because you were talking about when I was in the green room there, and it's a nice looking chart. We have what could be a nice rounded bottom here and a potential cup and handle. So I know nothing about this company at all, so I'd have to look into it somewhat. but I like these charts. It kind of fits with what I was talking about with you guys this morning about the phase one accumulation phase, maybe going into a phase two uptrend. That could be what's going on here. But as you mentioned, they just reported earnings. So this would be something that I'm going to add to my watch list and see what happens tomorrow.
All right, quickly, Michael, we got a question from somebody in the chat, and I know you're down for this, so I'm going to go to it immediately. All right here from Joe Schmo. Can we get Mr. Noss to look at Deer, D-E, and they want to know if this is still considered a smiley face, your opinions on Deer. So we'll let Michael load this up. Stay here with me for a second because I just want to say I've missed this now not once, but twice. I've waited for this 350 level to come into play. We did get hit back in, Michael, one more time, and I did not pick up anything down here. That's a miss for me on John Deere. Maybe some of these viewers are looking for it. We've taken the 50. We're bouncing up to the 200. What say you here on DE?
Personally, I don't see anything quite yet until we break one way or the other. So the way I look at this is you have a big, strong up move from 100 to about 400, and then you just have this mess that's going on right here. And unless you're going to do, I think what Shawn was talking about there, where you're looking for support levels to buy against, for me personally as a trend trader, I need to see a breakout of that range and some sort of continuation to get excited about John Deere here. But generally speaking, these ranges, these congestion areas will resolve in the direction of the trend, which on John Deere is higher. So it's a nice looking chart. I just don't see anything in it for me right now.
Yeah, John Deere, Caterpillar, some of those industrials start to get going. Caterpillar is much, much cleaner to the break side. Just real quick right now, so we do have NVIDIA. Come over to my screen quickly if you can. Jensen, I guess, people saying in the chat he doesn't look that impressive today. Those must be bears talking like that. But there it is, man. I mean, and again, we talk about this all the time on the show, Michael, and that is trading events. Like, it's tough. If you're waiting for him to say something, maybe you go long on a break and then something cracks, you're all the way down to 877. And then just for some of you looking, this is what it looks like right now on a live level too. This is the same platform that we use throughout the day. This is Prosper Pro, and you get $2.50 range right now. And what we show is the level one up here. That's where even 100 share lots are, either on one of the gateways that are printing. But again, a lot of volatility dries up here. Maybe, Michael, I mean, maybe we could talk about this, and this is why we have you on, because traders stay late, and we're looking for some information here on NVIDIA. For me, I actually said, and I'll give it back to you in a second, I honestly, you see this little gap right here that I think that we had from 680 up to 755? I actually wonder on their last earnings report, are we looking to get into that gap and potentially fill it? I don't think it's too outlandish to get that. We've had some pretty serious pullbacks now, not recently in NVIDIA, but we can fill this gap back down 25% into past earnings. Am I insane to think that?
No, NVIDIA is stretched on every single metric you can talk about. And at the very least, at some point, the rate of change needs to slow down or halt. It doesn't mean it needs to crash back down, but we're talking a $2.2 trillion company right now that's going at this clip. It can't keep going like this forever, or eventually it's going to be bigger than Apple. It's going to be bigger than every company in the world.
Right.
And, it's just so at some point it has to slow down. It doesn't have to crash, but it has to slow down. So that's why when I've been coming to you guys, I've been talking a lot about I'm looking for what's next, because my worry on something like NVIDIA is that it's a very common holding in mutual funds and ETFs. But when these rebalance, which they have to, right? If you're a hedge fund manager and you had 5% of your holdings in NVIDIA, and now that's 30% of your holdings of your fund, you have to sell that and to get into something else, because nobody's going to pay you your performance fee and your performance fee and your management fee just to hold 30% of NVIDIA. So when that happens, I think you're going to see at some point a rotation into other sectors and other names.
Yeah, you mentioned that before. I think that's an absolutely rock star point. I mean, look what's happening to NVIDIA right now. We are getting clobbered, clobbered. I mean, We're getting back to where we were at 1 o'clock,
Yeah.
down to 875. We'll see what's happening with NVIDIA. And this is why, Mr. Noss, why we don't report news when we don't have it, because it's out. So we're going to go breaking news right now and slap a fail on STNE, because here come the results. They're out right now. Fourth quarter fiscal 23 results coming out for STNE. That's the report here. So 132% year over year, 20% adjusted net income. But we are falling down. I'm going to wait for Benzinga to sort of summarize it right now. So I don't have exact numbers, but there's the move. Apparently it's out. Nice downside move. We'll wait for Benzinga to come with the truth on this one, but it's a nice move down for STNE. Okay, we talked about this earlier. Cannabis names. We did have a nice breakout today. Aurora started going up 16 or so percent. Tilray started going as well today, up another 11%. We keep talking about MSOS. You said you dig under the hood a little bit. So what do you have for us in the marijuana space?
Yeah, so for those who missed it this morning, before the market opened, I was talking about how this cannabis sector and this move looked interesting from a couple different time frames, not just chasing the news, because again, I never know the news, but that this breakout, especially from a weekly chart standpoint, it was the same kind of look that we were looking at STNE, where we had this big rounded bottom and then a potential breakout. And I was looking to see if maybe we could even get to 20. I would be a very happy man. And then we had a great continuation today. So I spent the time, and basically the layout that you see, this is something really cool we can do at Trade Ideas.
Cool.
All of these scans that you see me use right now are pointed to the cannabis space. I basically told Trade Ideas, hey, I want to build a layout and I want to watch all day what's going on. Problem is, there's a lot of junky names in the cannabis space, and it's a sector that I'm new to. It's not a sector that I trade in very often. So I did find some names, but I have to say a lot of these names still look really bad. And I think a lot of it is because there's many of these names that are still on the pink sheets, or they're still traded over the counter. And I think that's a regulatory thing that may get cleared up, but it makes the charts look a little bit ugly. But a couple of names that I did look at, if you're looking for a smaller company, this High Tide Inc. looked very interesting to me, because this was actually up and holding really strong against, this $2 level. It kind of looks like the overall cannabis sector, but I like that this one had about a 5% short float, which again, for these junky stocks is pretty high, and holding against this high area. But the idea that I had as it started to come through these scanners was actually just MO. So Altria Group, or
Okay,
I think,
yep.
yeah, Altria Group at some point. They do tobacco manufacturing, but I think they're in the space now, so they may be doing some farming related to the cannabis plant as well. And that to me is showing really, really strong. And now we're out of the junky kind of, this is a $79 billion market cap company. So I'm not worried about it going away overnight. So for me, I think personally, I'm either going to look at these more established names that could benefit from the sector, or just the ETF itself is really what I landed on.
So to each their own here, and I don't know what your answer is going to be. Some people will be like, you know what? I don't believe in cannabis, or, like I'm a pure, I don't, alcohol, we have some kind of stuff like that. There are missed opportunities often in that. As a CMT, I guess, like you said, you're just looking at price action, right? So
Right.
is that something that goes through your head or not? I mean, for me, it doesn't, but I don't know if there's something there. I don't know.
No, the way I look at it is that my job in the market is to make money, and that's
Right.
it. It's not to be right. It's not to hold an opinion. It's not to propagate opinion or politics or anything like that. If I want to complain about that stuff, I'll go to the pub and have a beer with a friend. So my job is
Yes.
to look solely at the price action and solely at the charts. So this idea came from looking at my Trade Ideas platform, and I think it's up there again today, where MSOS was the best performing sector.
Yep.
So from there, I want to look under the hood. I really sometimes think it'd be an interesting experience or experiment where I took the names of the companies off my charts and I simply
Right.
traded solely based off the chart. I would bet I'd have about the same results, or maybe even a little better.
Yeah, probably. I hate having some of those biases that are in there. But okay, so that's a little bit of talk right there. We've asked some people in the chat if they've had any questions. We got John Deere. We've talked about NVIDIA. I mean, we can come over to my screen right now, look at NVIDIA a little bit. For me, a trade would be right now, and I'm just going to say this. So Stone Cold Steve Austin, by the way. Yeah, hey, what's up to that? Stone Cold's out. You probably watch wrestling. I'll talk to you about that in a second. But right there, revenue was a miss. So this is what I'm seeing right now. I wonder about this. Look at this title. Jensen Huang, GTC keynote live on stage at the SAP Center San Jose, titled, don't miss this transformative moment in AI. You know what, Michael? When I hear people talk like that, I think that's the top. I mean, don't miss the transformative moment. It's like you came, actually, shout out to you. You came the other day with that magazine cover. And I really think that like the more we start to roll out different things, it's kind of like cannabis, like, oh, you know, look how great this tastes or something. That might be the top. And it's just, I get that feeling here. Bitcoin touched 73 so much over and over again. And if the guy in the middle of our screen right now, Jensen, can't convince people that we have more to come, then maybe we do see a top here in some of this, AI space, specifically NVIDIA. You talked about the froth that's in this name, but do you really believe in that? Some of those talk about, what was it, Forbes, that bull on the cover there, or Wall Street Journal. We get very carried away with headlines. Maybe we are at the top with names like this.
Yeah, so the idea for those who missed that with the magazine cover indicator is essentially by the time the Economist or Forbes or the New Yorker, one of these, giant magazines or paper comes out with a cover that says, okay, the bull run is on, or this one had, I think, bull horns poking through their page. Yeah, so they had to go through everyone had to already have noticed that it was a bull run, and then it had to go through someone to write it, and it had to go through editors, and it had to go through publishers, and by the time the magazine comes out, it could have been a month, 2 or 3 since that started. In this case, we're a year and a half into the bull market, so I never would take a trade based off of those, but one thing that one of my mentors told me is that you always see articles like that at the top and you never see them at the bottom. You'll never see the Economist saying, oh, it's a bull market anywhere near the bottom. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the top. But yeah, again, they'll never see stuff like that in the bottom.
All right, we got a nice move down here in Stone. So I want you to call it up one more time, because you know what we're doing? We're just bouncing right here. I have the weekly up, and again, I'm using also come to my screen. I'm also using the Trade Ideas platform. So we're just right now, like that 50 period, and again, I don't really look at 50 periods on the weekly, but it kind of just held that 1431. If we flip this over, the bottom right here, that's the daily chart. Let me put this over to a 1-minute chart quickly. We just got down into and held basically, Michael, that 1425 with on the weekly. I mean, that's the daily, but on the weekly, that looks fantastic down there for a hold. So we just held that bottom again. Is this a trade that's maybe interesting you now more, that we see the release and now we're bouncing in and around here? Where do you finally maybe step in on a name like this, down 11%, and looks like it's bouncing off a possible support level here?
Yeah, so for me, I'm looking at, I brought this up, I'm looking at about $16 a share right here on this STNE. That's just this prior low that happened a couple weeks ago here. So if we trade below that and then rally above it, it means there's some sort of buy program or institutional trader or something that was waiting for a dip to buy that. I also anchored a VWAP from the all-time lows, and those are always easy ones to draw in to see if we're going to hold as support there. That's sitting around 14 or 1560 or so there as well. So for a trend play or a snapback play, you would want to see that break, and then you'd want to see buy programs and heavy-handed buyers come in. So for me, what I would like to see on a name like this, because I did like that weekly chart, is if it can close tomorrow, and I'm a close-to-close trader, so I'm always focused on the closing price, above $16 a share, I think that's a place that you could take a shot. And then your stop would probably go under the low of all of the post-market action that we're seeing right now.
Okay, Mr. Nas, we'll double check that with you back on Friday. Well, you'll be back on the first show with us in and around 8:45. Thank you so much for coming through. You stayed late with us. It's past 4:30. Say hi to the family for me in a lovely property. That's Mr. Michael Nas. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. See you Friday.
Ciao, that's Trader Dog. I did forget to mention, you can go find Michael on Twitter. It was all at the bottom there. Just go rewind at Michael Nas CMT, also on YouTube. Thank you so much for coming out one more time. And you know what, man? We're staying a little bit late, so let's do a little roll call, because I know there's some people in the chat that want to see what's going on with the roll call. But before we do that, quickly, NVIDIA, just want to see what's going on right now. Does the Emperor have close? It looks like today they do. He's holding out pretty good, man. 885 right now. Just the funny thing is, he took the stage at 4 o'clock. We thought there would be, hey, what's going on right there? So he has, you know, one different size there. Yeah, he does look like he's wondering where this pop in stock is right now. Okay, we get it. You're holding up two chips, one smaller than the other. Nah, I don't know. I have no idea what he's saying. We'll pay attention to that. But what the charts are saying, thanks Ramin for that, is that we're right where we closed. So, I mean, we closed here at 885. We're right at 885. You can see the price right now. So a nice move up, nice move down just to land in the middle. So we'll find out what's up with that. But who's here with me? Shout out to Bears versus Bulls, man. Shout out to Chips and Dip. What's up, Pillsbury? Yeah, Chips and Dip. Hey, I like the sour cream dip myself. I haven't had dip in a long time. What's up? Go Pack Go. You're damn right about that one. I think we have a chance this year too, at least. Although the NFC, our division, the NFC North, getting a little more spicy there. Let's see what the Bears do, man. They've locked their pick in, I think, with Caleb at number 1 after trading Justin Fields. All right, what's up, Hugh? You're not getting me to say it, but what's up, Hugh? He's here. What's up to Hurt Scrambler, Jalen Hurts? What's up to the Hayes Records, Benton C? Dewey's here, man. What's up? Yeah, okay, that's the chip that we're looking for, Hopper. Thank you so much, Jay Lee. We're looking for the price. We're looking for what kind of energy it takes. Hopper chip, good one. Thank you so much. Henry Chung is in there as well. Michael Ordonez, Igor's here, Jeremy's here, Sebastian is here. Watch, Wish, and Wash. Okay, good one. I like that one. Everybody's here, so shout out to that, and we'll go bang on that. You know what? We can't do this without looking quickly at our, oh no, that's not my Twitter. Okay, quickly, here it is right now. We're going to call up Twitter and just go over the sticky note. Oh, thanks for someone said this. If it bleeds, we can kill it. So thank you so much for that one on NVIDIA. I did want to talk about this. Some tweets that were pretty important today. I actually just tweeted this out. We've already broken 2023 option volume. It's mid-March. Pause for dramatic effect. Probably didn't work there. Okay, all right, now let's go back. Anyways, here it is right now. Shout out to whoever did this one. I might have some chewing tobacco in my cheek right there. But a big shout out here as me, Brendan, and Neil. Hey, you think we're running stuff now? We're running it back in the day as well. So shout out to that. Thanks to Fabian and Ramin for that. And then here we go. Here's the sticky note. We marked down Watch NVIDIA. Man, did we nail that one. Bang out on NVIDIA. I want to thank everybody that's watching. We're not done yet. Over 2,400 of you. Micron long was wrong. Google long was right. Apple was right as well. Fisker wrong. Fisker didn't do anything today. But look what we did on NVIDIA. The reason why I want to talk about this is because it's very important to me, because I was able to do something that I've really learned to do in the last little while, and that was flip up the game. You don't need to be married to an idea. Change your opinion. It's not going to cost you 50% of everything you own. You don't have to divorce the stock. You just need to flip it over. So what we did right there, we went long early off 900, right? Nice dip in. That was wrong. So as soon as we felt like that was wrong, we let it settle down. Then we let it come in. We did pretty good. We didn't get back in this till 11 o'clock, where we went long off 900. The minute that was wrong, look, we got hit, and then we were down. I think it was $400 or $500. We don't normally talk about P&L, but trust me, for others that would be huge. For me, it's kind of a drop. Well, we don't talk about P&L. But then we started to short again, and we got it all back, baby. We went short off of 890, and again, boom to the downside. We're making it back. Little bit of a fail early. We brought it back on NVIDIA. Thank you so much for watching. Stay true to who you are. Whether or not you're Michael Noss, just watching price action, whether or not you want to do sort of like what we do, combine some catalysts with the price action, stay true to who you are. I give a big thank to my girl over there. Thank you so much, Ramin, for staying late. And thank you to everybody. I'm Shawn Katina. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully my voice will be back at 8:30 in the morning at Trader TV Live.